up, guys? How you doing? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Most of you know it is one of my goals this year to be able to hold a full front lever, and I have not given up on my dreams. Today, we're doing a workout at the park that is specifically focused on building your front lever strength, and I'm doing an exercise that I think everybody should do if they want to achieve a front lever, and they're called upside down deadlifts. That's what I call this exercise. Anyway, there's probably a more legit name. If you know the actual name of this exercise, put it in the comments below because I want to know. I call them upside down deadlifts. That's what somebody told me they were called. This exercise is extremely helpful for building the lat strength necessary and the core strength necessary to hold a front lever. My workout's gonna start with upside down deadlifts, but then I'll do some other exercises that will also help build the front lever. You guys sit back, relax, check out some clips from the workout while I give you some insight on what we did to train today.
Alright guys, first thing we did when we got to the park is we warmed up. Always gotta warm up, make sure your muscles are nice and loose. Right here I'm doing scapula retractions. If you want to be able to do a front lever, or even if you want to get better at pull-ups, just have healthy shoulders in general, you should know what scapula retractions are. I'm basically just hanging from the bar and then pulling my shoulder blades together and then relaxing. Right here I'm doing scapular circles. But all this is just to increase the range of motion in your shoulder girdle, increase the range of motion in your scapula, and I'm starting to warm up the muscles involved with the front lever. Super important to do these, guys. Those are called Swan Pools, and there's something that Ido Portal does and that Ido Portal teaches. I'm just retracting and depressing the scapula at the same time. And now I'm going to do some single arm hangs, single arm scapular retractions, just getting those muscles nice and warmed up. All of this is really important fundamental stuff to increase your pulling strength. So if you want to have better pulling strength, you should learn how to do this stuff. Alright guys, first exercise of the workout, upside down deadlifts. Things to think about. You want to keep your arms straight as usual, right? When we're working on front levers, arms are always totally straight. I'm squeezing at the top, I'm pointing my toes, I'm squeezing my glutes, I'm just contracting everything when I get to that top position, and it's really targeting your lats a lot. You're definitely going to feel it if you do these right. This next clip is going to show Thomas doing them, and I want you to watch Thomas's arms. See how they bend right there? So this is his first time doing this exercise, and naturally he wanted to bend his arms to pull himself up, and he quickly fixed it because he's a great athlete and he has good instincts. But you've got to know not to bend your arms during this. Now he's doing it perfectly. Arms are locked out, hips come up, squeezes at the top, and then straight back down. He's controlling it. Squeezes at the top, straight back down. Arms have got to be locked out the whole time. That was a good rep right there. He went all the way down. Those are perfect. Here's one more angle of the upside down deadlift, but I think you guys get the point. We ended up doing 3 sets of upside down deadlifts for max reps with perfect form, okay? So we would go until our form would start to fall apart. If we felt like it was getting sloppy, if we weren't going all the way up, we would drop, rest, and then do another set. We did 3 sets, and then we moved on to our next exercise. Alright, next we did some front lever raises. Here you see Thomas doing front lever raises really, really well. When you watch me do them in a second, I'm going to be using a band. Thomas is using no band, and he's getting all the way up to that perfect front lever point and dropping right back down. Those look beautiful. So I chose to use a band for this exercise because I know these are really hard for me, and I wanted to be able to do them with good form. So I'm keeping my arms straight, retracting that scapula, and pulling down on that bar as hard as I can. Here's one more clip of Thomas doing these raises with the pause at the top. Those are super nice. One major key to holding a front lever is overall muscle tension. He's pointing his toes, so he's flexing his calves, he's squeezing his quads, he's squeezing his glutes at the top, he's squeezing that bar, trying to crush the bar. You've got to really have tension at the top of that movement. We did 3 sets of these front lever raises. Alright guys, next we did front lever negatives. So we did the upside down deadlift to the top, and then I'm opening up to a straddle front lever and then going down as slow as I can. So I'm trying to really control it all the way down. So for my second set, instead of doing a straddle front lever, right here I'm doing a half lay position where you just bend at the knees. I'm trying to control that negative as best as I can, but if you look closely, watch right here, I just dropped really fast. I got almost no control. I actually realized it during the set, and I was like, you know what, let me do an easier progression. And that's really important, guys. If you're doing something that's too difficult for you, you're not going to get the most out of the set. So I stopped, and right here I'm doing an advanced tuck negative instead. That's a lot easier for me. Here's Thomas doing a half lay position negative. So he's in the half lay. He even pauses there for a second and then goes down. Super nice. That was a really, really good negative. Really, really good control. So this is my last set of front lever negatives, and I do advanced tuck negatives the whole time. We did 3 sets total. of these negatives. So right here I'm going up and then going down in the advanced tuck, the easier progression for me so I can get control through the whole range. So at this point in the workout, we kind of just started messing around. Thomas just did a front lever raise and he's going to go straight into a really nice back lever. It's important to do your back levers too if you want to get a front lever. Back levers in general are easier. So Thomas and I have both been able to do a back lever for a while, but it's important not to neglect it, especially if you're working on your front levers a lot. It's important to also work on your back levers so you stay balanced. Right here I'm using a really thick band to hold the full front lever, and I can only hold it when I use a thick band, but I like to get in that position once in a while just to get the feeling of holding it. And here's another great progression for that. If you want to get the feeling of holding a full front lever, if you can set up a band like this where it's at your hips, I mean, that just makes it way easier. I would say beginner or intermediate level people can hold a front lever with the band in this position, no problem. Alright guys, we're almost at the end of this workout. If you made it this far, I salute you. It is 2017 and you have a decent attention span. We're finishing up with some Swan Pools. Keeping the arms straight, retracting and depressing the scapula, and keeping the core relaxed. Your legs should just dangle in front of you, but this is just teaching the scapula to really retract in that position. Last but certainly not least, we're doing some ab rollouts. This is a wildly underrated exercise, and an exercise that I see done wrong all the time, guys. Arms totally straight, and the body is hollow. I'm squeezing my glutes and my lower back. My lumbar spine is really almost rounded. It's not even flat. You want to be hollow. You want to be rounded. So take a look at it from a different angle. Here we go. So check out Thomas's back. It stays completely flat the whole time. His abs are tight and he's sucking his stomach in. His ribs are tucked in. His ribs are not flared out. You want to make sure your lower back doesn't curve. That's really what we're focusing on. Let me show you what not to do. Thomas is going to show you an example next of what not to do. Alright, let's pay attention to Thomas's lower back right here. Right there. Basically, his core stops bracing it and he goes into what's called an anterior pelvic tilt. It's going to happen again, a little more exaggerated this time. That's what you don't want to do, and this is what happens when you have a weak core and you can't stabilize the spine. The lower back curves like that. What you want is a posterior pelvic tilt, the opposite of an anterior pelvic tilt. You want to squeeze the glutes, keep the core really tight, and you want to keep the lower back from going into extension. This is a great exercise to do, guys. It really strengthens the core, and it really strengthens your lats a lot too. By keeping your arms straight, it's really applicable to the front lever. Here's a clip of Thomas trying a standing rollout. These are so hard, it's not even funny. If you can do a standing rollout, post a video on YouTube and send it to me because I want to see that. It's really, really hard to do. There are definitely a lot of guys out there who can do it, but that's some elite level core strength, and Thomas is actually pretty close. Guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Man, if you made it this far, if you watched the whole video, I salute you. I really do. That's awesome. Thank you guys for watching it. If you feel like you learned something, if you feel like you saw something that was interesting, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button. Let me know in the comments too if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this where I just kind of talk through my workouts and show you guys what I'm doing, I would love to post more videos like this. Hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for checking my channel out. Peace.